Spring is hope, where you are seeing beyond what's there and you're putting in all of the effort to bring about what's not there.
There is a lot of optimism in spring, looking forward to the season. A gorgeous time of just birth and growth and beauty of what's to come.
Back when we lived in the city and the suburbs, spring did signal that, warmer weather was coming, and that was about it. Now it is very purposed. It is paying attention to how spring just really eases in and out of allowing summer to come through.
It's also the start of all the work that has to go into this. It's like, all right, let's take a deep breath and let's have at it, ready to roll.
It's the longest, fastest quarter of the year. We've got so much to do, and we're in the so much to do for so long, and yet we have no time to get it all done. I love the idea of taking something from a seed and then presenting it on a plate, and every step there in between. It's a good work. It's a work that you're proud of. You're producing food, you're working with the land. I can't think of the work of my hands having been able to illustrate as many life lessons as growing food. We had students from Ileana High School, their service day, come out and help us with some of our projects. Here's what I've found with any of our kids' camp or any field trips from elementary schools, high schools, and even with our children, they desire responsibility. They desire purpose. They want to be trusted to do a job that matters, to be productive members of society, and they showed it, and they rocked it. Doing the hard work and sometimes difficult work and heavy work is, definitely good for all of us. I encourage you guys to be involved in the food that you eat instead of, just pulling up a chair or pulling through the drive-thru. Always thinking that when you walk into that grocery store, you'll be able to get every single thing that you want and need to eat and consume. Just thinking a little bit more of how in control of what my needs are am I. The lessons from farming are so rich and deep, and farming cultivates that on the daily. The back 10 acres of the property we really saw as we were coming up with our farming plan would be perfect for conservation. There's this natural place in where this water just sat, and so that's where this massive pond project came in. There was this timely opportunity with the Kankakee County Visitor and Convention Bureau for us to be able to apply for a grant that would allow us to enhance our venue to attract more visitors. And also received a matching grant through Healing Soils Foundation, who's very passionate about seeing soil regenerated.
So about a year and a half ago, Iroquois Valley and Healing Soils sponsored an open house at a farm about 15 miles from where we're sitting. Rachel brought her family, Chris and the kids, and what she wanted to do was tell us what her dream was of expanding their business here in Kankakee County. Rachel's story was passionate. That's how farmers are about the land. Regenerative agriculture is still a newer term, but it actually encompasses all of these areas that Rachel has been concerned about. That has to do with food, it has to do with clean water, it has to do with climate change.
So between the two organizations, we were actually able to complete and restore the back part of the property. The project ended up being much larger, a 1-acre pond 13 feet deep, and also then planting this beautiful Midwestern prairie. The seed is heirloom seed from areas where bison and time when bison roamed. So we're looking forward to showing that off, in contrast even to conventional farmland when you look far out and see the sunset. We are hoping to restore, regenerate both land and lives where they've endured harsh treatment, diversify the pasture land so it's not just one particular crop growing, but that we have a forage mix there that's addressing many of the nutrients and minerals that are missing.
There's no alternative to living soils. We really are trying to support a new agriculture and support farmers like the Jones family here in Kankakee County.
The approach to farming that we've decided to take, which is, yes, production and conservation, but also this is a space for others to enjoy. You know, our farm has a very strong foundation in hospitality. We don't look at the overall plan for planting, it's nooks and crannies, and the desire is for guests to drive up and really just kind of wander all of these very intentional spaces.
Everybody wants to feel connected and feel like they're doing something better. Understand deeper what health is. What does that mean about healthy soil? Why is it important? This is where you live, this is where you eat.
You know, it's the community that we all desire. And that's what we desired. We didn't know we were lacking, because you're in a suburb, you think that is community, but it's not. You come out to a farm and start growing things and you think you're just doing the food for yourself or an event, but we built a community here.
We just did a test on a dessert that we'd like to serve at our dinners. I love that I was able to invite customers who've grown to be friends who are from the community. She actually was the one that had baked it for me at the end of season. And I said, that was fabulous. This would be a beautiful dessert for us to serve. And she brought her kids and we made it together. Just a rustic, beautiful pastry that allows us to switch out filling with whatever's seasonal. We're cultivating food and we're cultivating experiences. And we believe the farm is just the truest space that you can experience the culture of food and celebrating the harvest. A meal really is a universal conversation. People want to experience it through enjoying good food, drink, music, and simply enjoying it next to another human being.